Hey everybody, this is Calvin Waite. I trade crypto for a living. I'm not a registered or licensed financial advisor, planner, or broker, so nothing on this channel should be taken as a recommendation to buy or sell. I also trade all of these things, so I probably have a vested interest in there. But there's plenty of entertainment value and lots of education, so this will be awesome. For those of you who didn't know, my subscription channel is live. So look at the link in the description over at cryptoinfluencers.com and you can see how I make all of my trades and what I do and what I think about everything. This channel is for more hypothetical and looking at trends, and the other one is for actual trading, so you might be interested in that. There's the right button. Hey everybody, happy Friday. Well. Things sure are progressing correctly. Oh, this is awesome. We've got a couple of things to talk about today. So before I get started, just a reminder, I do a live stream every Wednesday. It's fun to have people join for that. It is at 12:30 Mountain Time. So 2 o'clock, 2:30 Eastern is when that starts. And on my cryptoinfluencers.com is my home base. Everything that I do shows up here. This is the free channel. This is the paid one. If you're interested in the paid one, you actually have to set up an account first on Crypto Influencers and then subscribe. So some people had that confused. But anyway, we're going to jump right into our phenomenal breakout we're dealing with today. Oh, look at this, guys. Weekly. Oh, we just have 2 more days. 2 more days and 5 hours. We just need a sustained move for 2 more days. Oh man, I can't tell you, if we break out of this reverse head and shoulders on the weekly, it is going to be just dynamite. We were talking on the gold channel earlier, and we're literally 90 days from our last local top. It was straight up from here. If we exit this yellow zone, we've got anywhere from 2 to 3 months of some pretty rapid upside. And I think we'll get too toppy. So we're going to be watching it like a hawk over the next little while. But for now, for the time being, things are exploding the correct direction. And if I go to the 1 hour, this was our conversation we had yesterday. Reverse head and shoulders. We were on the pro channel last night counting how many times we crossed, we're on the 1 minute chart. And we were counting how many times we crossed 25,000 because we were doing it over and over and over, and then more frequently and more frequently and more frequently. And we literally watched this first explosion happen. It was so cool. Well, we're flying. We're flying high. This is awesome. Things are looking good. And on the 1 hour, I'm on Binance. Our close is 26,918. That's our highest close on the hourly, and we're sneaking up on it again. $100 more and we will have another short squeeze. We haven't looked at this for a little while. Let me see if I can find it. Which one is it? Here it is. This is liquidation data. I want to show you what I'm expecting. And this goes to the title of our video. Let me scroll down. So first of all, in the last 24 hours, $183 million of liquidations have happened. And in the past few days, there's been more shorts than longs, but there have been on both sides. So people are not sure what's going on. A lot more short squeezes than long squeezes though, for sure. Short squeezes push prices up, long squeezes push prices down. And I want to draw your attention to something. So we're going to look at this chart. We're going to go to the daily, and we're going to zoom out a good amount. This is a pretty good view. So we have a move from a bottom. We have kind of a slow, choppy move to a hype phase. Then we have this wild mania hype phase. Then we have a drop. And then we have what ended up being a sort of bull trap, double top. And then we cooled off, and things got ugly, and things got really ugly, and ugly, and ugly, and bottom all the way back up. And now we're kind of retesting some of our old resistance right here. And we're going to talk about what this breakout is. Welcome to a chart that I did not make. And we talked about this. So thanks to one of our friends on the Pro channel for reminding me of this. But this is exactly where we are. Look at this chart. This is exactly where we are. So this, I've looked at this chart for 10 years. Like this is not a brand new concept, but what is happening is move for move. We just had our massive run up, this whole move all the way up to the top. Our complacency phase was a double top. So in this case, our complacency happened here. This was our euphoria. And it's obvious because we had moved so quickly and we had a massive super run up to the top. And then we've had complacency, then anxiety, denial, panic, capitulation. Our first selling climax is here. First selling climax right there. This is the same as this. And then we struggled to move up, and then we drop back down. This is anger phase. We're doing this sideways consolidation at the bottom. Things are not pretty. So we made an attempt upwards. See this? And then we dropped back down, and we're in anger phase. How could they do this to us? We're so mad. And then look at this chart. It is unbelievable that this is mapped out clear as could be. Right in front of us, we had a lower low right here. What was this? That was our FTX drop. So our FTX drop, final flush out. This is complete and utter destruction. We're at the absolute bottom. And we did come back up, and we're in this phase right in here where depression, people have stopped looking at Bitcoin. They've already been so emotionally spent that they're not sure what to think. And especially after this move where we went up and then dropped so hard, people are like, I can't handle this market. Well, when does the disbelief phase begin? This is a sucker's rally. It happens when we breach the top of our capitulation phase. This sideways, the sideways consolidation, the last of this. Once we regain the tops of this extreme selling climax down here, that's when we are moving out. And then everyone's going to think this is a sucker's rally, and it is the beginning of the bull market. This whole thing starts over again. Disbelief is right here. We're moving off of this section and up into this blue area. This is disbelief. As we continue, then hope will come, and then we'll run back right up into this. We're going to do this again. Rinse and repeat. So welcome to disbelief. What does disbelief look like? We just, like yesterday's close was the highest close we've had in 275 days. It was since June 13th of 2022. We have not had a close that high until then. And now we're moving up off of this. And there are so many naysayers out there. It's funny, when I post a video, there are some dudes on like LinkedIn, like some of these groups, and they're just like, oh, they've got their professor shirt on. And they're just like, these things, look at the entire, S&P and global this and financial that. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care about any of that. All I need is the shape of this chart to tell me what people's emotions, because what is price? Price is the accumulation. If it's a free market and there are people that can freely enter and remove themselves, and especially if it's a global vote, and where people are voting with their money. This is the global sentiment on what people expect from Bitcoin. They don't expect it to continue to drop. They expect it to start moving up. And the people that can't see this move as the start of a bull market, they are in disbelief. They're in disbelief. They can't believe it. And why does a disbelief emotion exist on a market cycle? It's because this is so brutal. It's so brutal. All of the euphoria, all the excitement, and then getting tricked at the top here, and then thinking we're going to go up even more, but we don't, and then just months and months and months of downside. By now, people can't even imagine that we're going to move up again. But those of us who've been here since 2012 and have been through this cycle not once, not twice, but this is number 3. We're on our 3rd 4-year cycle. We have seen this before, and we're about to move up, guys, and it is awesome. The one thing I don't know, and which would be normal, what normally happens is we would come back and find support on the top of this. Like, that could happen. So if there's enough bad news out there that we ended up pulling back a little bit and reconfirming this breakout, because this is a major line. This line is huge. I'll pull up a different one that I've drawn it on. Yeah, this line right here is the pivot point. This is where the breakout happens. This is where we move from denial or whatever what was it? Depression. This is where we move from depression to the disbelief stage. And for those that are watching, those that know what's coming, they're excited. I'm excited. This is very exciting. Look at the shape of this chart. It's screaming at us that it's time to take off, and we will. So we will likely, whatever happens down here, I'm not sure. But I am pretty sure once we get going, and it can happen at any point, but we're gonna hit this for sure. 35,000 is coming up real fast. And what will start it all off? It's our weekly close. We are waiting for a weekly close above the 50. At this point, the 50 is at 23,355. Our 200 is at 25,343. Currently, our price is 26,783. We have 2 days. If we can hang on to this level for 2 more days, whales will be all over this. Smart money is paying attention and buying. Smart money doesn't have a disbelief stage. Retail does. This is retail. Disbelief is retail. The hope and recovery is when we get up off long enough and sustained enough that things are happening, and most people are going to be late to the game. This is why people lose money. They don't buy in until it's on the news and everyone's screaming in your face, and usually that's the top. So hopefully we're being a little smarter. Hopefully we're being more aware of where this market cycle is. But man, today's action looks phenomenal. Oh my goodness, I can't even tell you. We are absolutely in disbelief stage. So there are going to be a lot of people that are just, and you'll just see it. You'll read it in the comments. You'll see it all over the place. Anyone who's bearish right now, they can't believe it. They cannot believe it. Or they've got a major short that they're scared to death over. One of those two. But man, it is cool. Very, very exciting. We've got 4 hours in the day. I have to say, I do enjoy seeing a day where the S&P is red and Bitcoin is up 7%. Oh boy, when the opposite is true, boy, does that make me grouchy. But this is so cool. What's neat is that we're having a banking crisis and we're having government bailouts. These are the exact conditions under which Bitcoin was invented. It was in direct response of bailouts. And now we're doing nothing but bailouts. And if the world goes, oh, it's time to buy Bitcoin. Oh, I remember Bitcoin was was supposed to help against government bailouts and all this stuff. Can I tell you how fast we're going to run? It is going to be unbelievable. Plus, smaller governments, smaller central banks that are reliant on major central banks, they're going to be buying Bitcoin. Major central banks are going to fight Bitcoin as hard as they can. They are going to because they're on the opposite end of it. They're trying to hold on to power, and Bitcoin is neutral. Bitcoin doesn't care. It's limited. No one can quantitative ease or do anything to Bitcoin supply. The supply is what it is, and it's limited. It's unmanipulative. You can't manipulate money supply. You can manipulate price. I mean, we see the price being manipulated all over the place. But when smaller governments realize that they can't trust banks, like when the world starts questioning whether banks are a safe place, guess what the alternative is? It is Bitcoin. And so what a great demonstration when everyone's scared of the banks and Bitcoin's up 7%. I'm betting that this will resonate with the people who know basically what Bitcoin is. And if that's true, Bitcoin has a real shot at becoming a reserve currency. And I can't even tell you how many $1 million Bitcoin will be worth if it becomes global reserve currency status. If anyone gets sick and tired of the shenanigans with the US dollar and the printing and the, rates and all these little games that everyone plays, and they go, oh, well, I could just hold Bitcoin. There will be infinite amounts, because if banks can print infinitely, Bitcoin can go up in value infinitely. It's cool. This is exciting stuff. So we've got 4 hours left on the day. I know the S&P is about to close, so the S&P is not completely burned to death. We still have this line that we're holding on to by our fingernails. We are so close. If I switch this over to a line graph, we've recovered the line, and as long as we can stay above it, there is hope for the S&P to do some sort of recovery. But if it just drops off, then Bitcoin's going to have to go up in spite of the rest of the market. And can it? Yes. Anything will go up with the right chart structure. If the chart structure is correct, people will buy it. It doesn't matter what the rest of the world is doing. In fact, if there's no safe place for your cash, Bitcoin could be a pretty dang alternative if the chart looks like this. And on days when the world financial system is being questioned and Bitcoin starts running, it becomes even a better solution. And so, oh man, I can't even tell you. I don't know how high we're gonna go. I know our first stop is the 100-week moving average, but this could get hot really fast depending on access. Who can get their money to an exchange with all the banks being the way they are. Access and just a matter of time. It's cool. I mean, the developments that are happening lately are phenomenal, and the chart says it all. We're in disbelief stage. Look around on StockTwits or anywhere else and find people that are bearish, and they're in disbelief. There's no way this is sustainable. Those will be the comments. Enjoy it for now, because this is not going to keep going. I've got some news for you. It's gonna keep going. We're here. This is the bottom of the bear market. We have moved off in a major way, and now we've broken the major resistance that we've been waiting to break for 2/3 of a year. And we broke through it with authority. This is not a weak candle. It still has to close, so I will bite my tongue there. But man, a large candle like this breaking out of an important zone, I have a feeling that after the stock market closes, we'll probably keep running. In fact, the 1 hour kind of says, see this 1 hour chart? Look what we're doing. We're running back up to the top. If we get up here, we're gonna have another short squeeze. So in the next couple of hours, we're probably going to see a pop above 27,000, and things are going to be very interesting moving into close. But yeah, I wouldn't want to be on the wrong side of this thing. So anyway, that's it, guys. That's the video for today. We've got a weekend ahead of us. We have a lot of momentum going into the weekend. Weekends have thinner markets, so things are more volatile. So I don't know. Will we hit 34 this week? I have no idea. Like, it could happen. Nobody will be able to get their money in because no US dollars move over the weekend. So it'll be interesting to see how things actually work out. But we'll be watching. If I have time to do a video tomorrow, I will do my best. But no promises. I think we're set though. Things are looking good. If nothing else, I'll catch everyone on Monday. See ya. Thanks for making it to the end of my video. Make sure you keep those trades small. Don't force a trade. Don't get impatient. And if you want to see how all this works, please come over and check me out on the subscription channel at cryptoinfluencers.com. Again, the link is in the description.